Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Arav. How are you?
Fine.
Okay, what about your result?
Ma'am will share you personally.
Then share it now, right now itself.
Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Moksha. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I'm also good. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Aryan. How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Okay. So have you got your results or still waiting for it?
Ma'am, 3 days left.
Okay, so you will be getting it on Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
So it will be the PTM or it will be just giving up the answer sheets.
Giving the answer sheets.
And then PTM will be separately, right?
Yes, ma'am. That too after a week.
Okay, understood, understood. Arav, just share your marks personally now. I'm just waiting for it.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, here is
Yes.
maybe 70, ma'am. Or more than that.
Who? Who's?
Me.
70. Yeah,
Or
more
more
than
than
that, I
that.
think. Yeah,
What,
more than
ma'am?
that, I'm expecting. More than that, more than 70, I'm expecting. Not 70.
Ma'am, I got a lot of like, there's so many silly mistakes, ma'am, on the way only.
So, where, in which part of the science?
Chemistry.
Okay. The reactions and all?
Yes, ma'am. Like,
Okay.
physics, I'll get full, ma'am, maybe. Because, ma'am, marks are like fluctuating, ma'am. Last time physics many times did not get good. This time getting good. Last time chemistry I did not get good. Now I'm sorry, chemistry I got good. This time I'm not getting good.
This will keep on happening actually. The whole year, this will happen. It will be fluctuating, be it like
Uh,
biophysics, chemistry. But yes, definitely the fluctuations will be there.
Ma'am, biology constant, ma'am.
It's good or like okay, okay.
Good, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. Okay, we'll wait for some more.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Vidya. Okay, then we will be starting with the topic. So turn on the video, children. So our next topic, what we need to start is with the brain, right? So only my video is on. Please turn on your videos also. I can see Moksha. Arab, turn on your video. Then Aryan, Dharya, Siddhi, turn on your video. And I think the strength is today less. I think in the math class also just 4 were there, if I'm not wrong. Okay. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow it will be off. So no problem. So you can relax 2 days and you can enjoy for
No, ma'am.
Friday, Saturday. Why?
Ma'am. So many already homework. Will do, ma'am.
Yeah, Siddhi, you can do that. Okay, so last time we have started with the brain and the spinal cord. So the first thing what we're going to discuss is about the brain. Fine. So talking about the brain, three regions are there: forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain. Now this forebrain has again the three divisions. So those divisions with the functions of them we will be discussing And these functions, what do? Either they never give, to write in the 5 marks to explain the structure of the brain. But what do? They will be giving you the functions, and they ask you to write the name of it. So which part perform this function? So that you should do. Or else what do? They will be giving you the name, and then you should write the function of that. So that is how, they are asking the questions from the brain part. So we will be starting with the first part, which is the forebrain, which is the forebrain. Fine. So starting with the forebrain, starting with the forebrain. Uh, just a minute. Is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So from the forebrain, we need to start. I think already brain, I have told you, it's a bony-like structure where brain is being protected by a structure called as a cranium, and it is divided into three parts. Three parts are there for the brain. These are the forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain. Forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain. Now, the first part, what we are going to start with is the forebrain. F-O-R-E, forebrain. Now, this forebrain, what do they have? They are basically the main thinking part of the brain. These forebrain, the main function, what they will be doing, they will be helping us to think. So if your mother has said something, if a teacher has said something, if you have to, learn something, then always this part of the brain will be working fast. So that is why it's the main thinking part of the brain. So forebrain is the main thinking part of the brain. Now in this part also, if I talk about the forebrain, here also what do they have? They have the separate areas. So separate areas are there for the separate areas of the four brains, or which are called as lobes, are there, and they are specialized for hearing, which is then smell, then sight, and so on, and so on. See, though it is the part which is a forebrain, but also it has the division in the forebrain, and that division, out of that division, some part will be helping, one part will be helping for the hearing part, one part will be helping for the smell part, one part will be helping for the sight part. So that is how they are being divided into different lobes. Write this down, children. Now, these lobes, what we are talking about, okay, so these lobes, which are also called as the lobes, are of four different types. So this I am talking about the second point, separate areas, which are the lobes. So these lobes are of four types, which are frontal lobe. These are what? They are the frontal lobe. Then second one, parietal lobe. Then third part is the temporal, T-E-M-P-O-R-L, temporal lobe. And the last part, this is called as the occipital lobe. So four lobes are there which will be doing the different functions, smelling function, hearing function, seeing function, all these
Could
will
you
be
show
done
the
by these.
previous page?
Yeah. So all these functions will be done by these lobes: frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and occipital lobe. Now the functions of these frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and the occipital lobe, we will be doing it. Done with this page?
Completed, ma'am.
So, starting with the first one, which is the frontal lobe. Frontal lobe. Now, this frontal lobe, what they will be doing, they are located in the front of the brain, and that is why it is called as the frontal lobe. At the same time, what they will be doing, they will be controlling the voluntary movement. They will be controlling the speech also. And that is why this is also called as the emotional control center. This frontal lobe is called as the emotional control center because everything, whatever, the emotions we come up, that is because of this frontal lobe. So frontal lobe, they are located in the front of the brain. It's located in the front of the brain, and then this lobe controls voluntary movement. It controls the voluntary movement, then also speech, it will be controlling. Then the next point, it is also called as the emotional control center. It is called as the emotional control center and is involved in personality, attention, and executive the function. So whatever we think and whatever we need to execute, that will be done, the major part will be done by this frontal lobe. So this is what the function of the frontal lobe. So voluntary movement, they will be controlling the speech. They are also called as the emotional control center, and it also involved in the personality and attention and executing the function. The second one is the parietal lobe. Parietal lobe. So parietal lobe, basically what they will be doing, they will be processing and interpreting sensory information, especially the touch. So whatever the feeling you are getting by touching any kind of the object or the material, that is because of the parietal lobe. So it is related to the touch. So you're able to feel something cold, you're able to feel something is hot. That is because of this parietal lobe, because that is related to somewhere the touch, or the, I can say somewhere related to the skin part of our body. So main function will be the touch. Then the third one is temporal lobe. The third one is temporal lobe. They are located near the base of the brain. So near the base of the brain, they are located, and this lobe is associated with sensory functions like, so what they will be doing, they will be doing the sensory functions like hearing. So if something I am saying you're able to hear, it is because of the temporal lobe. And the last one is the occipital lobe. Occipital.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. I was
Good
in bed.
evening.
See that time.
Okay, Shumash, no problem. And the last one is occipital lobe. They are located at the back of the brain, located at the back of the brain. And this lobe is responsible for the visual information. So whatever you are able to see on the screen, that is because of the occipital. So occipital is related to the seeing, whatever you are able to visualize it. This lobe processes visual information from the eyes. So that is what they are doing. So temporal is for the hearing, occipital is for the visual to see, parietal is for the touch, and then this one frontal is basically for the auditory. So these are the 4 different types of the lobes. So shortcut, I'll tell you how to learn this, because with the name they can ask you to write the function. So F M, F is for the frontal, M stands for the your movement. Okay, F for the frontal, M stands for the movement. Then coming to the next one, P T. P stands for parietal, T stands for the touch. So PT period you have, right? So P for parietal, T is for the touch. Basically, they're responsible for the touch. If you're feeling something, if you're getting any kind of the hot or the thing object, then it is because of the parietal. The next one, temporal. The shortcut to learn is TA. T stands for the touch, T stands for the temporal, and A stands for the auditory, because we are able to hear, right? So audio is what? Is A. So auditory is basically because of the temporal lobe. And the last one, which is visual, it is OV. So O stands for the occipital, V stands for the visual. It means to see something. Fine. So these are the 4 shortcuts to learn: FM, PT, PA, OB. FM for the frontal and M there for the movement. PA, T for the temporal, A is for the audio. Occipital, O is for the occipital, V is for the visual to see something. And then one more is remaining, which is the parietal. P is for the parietal and T is for the touch. So whatever the hot and cold you are feeling, that is because of them. So learn like this: FM, FM, PT, TA, OB. FM, PT, TA, and OB. TA and OB. So write this also somewhere in your copy: frontal, parietal, temporal, and the last one occipital, occipital. It is basically for the movement of the voluntary action. Then T is for the touch, A is for the audio, and V is for the visual. And when we talk about the audio, we talk about the ears. When we talk about the visual, we talk about the eyes. And when we talk about the touch, we talk about the skin. So like this, they are connected to each other. So right now, from here, start writing from here. Dhriti, Moksha, Siddhi, Shubhansh, Aryan, Arav, understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Shortcuts are very important to learn this, because otherwise you'll get confused, which is for what region, what lobe. So FMTA, learn them.
Ma'am, occipital lobe is not a part.
Occipital lobe is a part only. These are the 4 lobes. This is the first one, this is the second one, third one, and this is the fourth one.
Sorry, that olfactory one.
Olfactory lobe is a actually separate part under the forebrain. Understood? It's a separate part out of it.
Okay, ma'am.
So that also we'll be discussing. That is for the smell. So these are the lobes basically the forebrain has. Now the forebrain has a different parts also. Three major parts are there for the forebrain. That also we will be discussing. Done with this page? Yes, Arav, Aryan, Dhairya, Dripti, Moksha, Shubhansh, Siddhi, done with this page?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm done, ma'am.
Okay. Others also do with this page.
Ma'am, I wanna ask one thing.
Come again?
I wanna ask one thing. Is this part of the
Yeah.
syllabus that the of the new NCRT?
Yes, it is the part of it. The structure of brain is a part of it. Though it is not given in the NCRT, but definitely they ask the question from the slopes also.
But our school has not teach this yet, and the chapter is finished in our school.
Okay, but it is there. It is there actually. Sometimes they ask the question from the slopes.
Okay, ma'am.
Directly they ask, they write the name of that lobe and they ask to write the function. Or sometimes what do they do? They will be giving the function and they ask you to write the name of the lobe. So that is why it is like, important to understand it.
Okay, ma'am.
And learn this with a shortcut, then only you will be able to recognize it or recall it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Shall we go for the next one now? We'll go to the next part now, which is about the parts of the forebrain. So this
I'm
were the lobes
writing.
of the forebrain. Which page you are writing, Anand?
I'm previous.
This one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay. Now we'll be going to the parts of the forebrain. So forebrain basically has three parts. It has three parts. The first one is the olfactory lobe. The first part of the forebrain is called as olfactory lobes. The second part of the forebrain is the cerebrum, which is the major part. And the last part of the forebrain is called as diencephalon. Diencephalon. So these are the major parts of the forebrain. Three major parts are there, olfactory lobes. Then second one is cerebrum and third one is diencephalon. Now starting with the first one, which is the olfactory lobe. So already we have discussed about the olfactory receptors. Same way, these lobes, what they will be doing, they will be doing the work of the smell, to identify the smell. So what they are the, so these are a pair of small sized club shaped structure. And what they will be doing, they will be controlling the sense of smell. So their main function is to control the sense of smell. And that is why the dogs have actually, the highest developed olfactory lobe. So in the dogs, the highest developed olfactory lobes will be present in them. And because of that, they are being used for the criminal cases or the other kind of the cases as for doing the investigation. So the dogs have the high developed olfactory lobes in them. The next part is the cerebrum. The next part is the cerebrum. This cerebrum is basically the largest part of the brain. So this is important question. Name the largest part of the brain. So largest part of the brain is the cerebrum. And this part consists of the left and the right hemisphere. So in the diagram also I showed you. So this is the largest part, and also they will be consisting two halves which are called as the hemispheres. So left and the right hemispheres will be there, and they are called as by the cerebral hemispheres. So by the name cerebral hemispheres they are called by. And this cerebrums, they enables, the main function is to enables us to think. So whatever thing we are thinking, this part will be helping us. Or reasoning, you're answering to us or to your parents, that is because of this. To plan something, if you are planning something, or if you are learning something, memorizing something, that will be done by this part of the forebrain. Cerebrum, so forebrain will be doing the thinking work, but under the forebrain, which part will be doing? The cerebrum will be doing this work. And that is why we can say that overall, this cerebrum is the site of intelligence. It is a site of intelligence, consciousness, and willpower. And willpower. So that is about the cerebrum. And one last part, it is the diencephalon. It is the diencephalon. Now this part also has two subdivisions within. So two major parts are there under this category. One is the thalamus and the second one is the hypothalamus. Two parts come under this, thalamus and the hypothalamus. So thalamus is basically the kind of the relay signals will be passing. It means the motor and the sensory neuron, the place where the motor and the sensory neuron, they are joining together or they are sending the signals. That is because of this thalamus only. So it is a relay station because they help to pass the signals. So sensory and the motor signals, they will be passing to the sensory and motor signals will pass through this to the pass through will pass to the cerebral cortex. So passing, they are acting as a kind of the mediator. So from the motor and sensory neuron, they will be passing it to the cerebral cortex. Whereas hypothalamus, what they will be doing the involuntary action, just like the hunger. So if we are hungry, we cannot do anything. We will be just shouting on our mothers that we want something to eat. So all such kind of the actions like involuntary functions like the hunger we have, then sometimes we feel thirsty we have, then the sexual desire also sometimes like the elder people they will get the desire to do the sex. That is also because of this. We get thirst also, but it is because of this. The body temperature gets changed because of this. So hypothalamus plays a very, very important role in our body. So this is that diencephalon which will be responsible for this part. Fine, so write this now. So forebrain has four lobes, whereas forebrain has three parts, which are the olfactory lobe, cerebrum, and diencephalon. Diencephalon has again two parts, thalamus and the hypothalamus. So this is how the division is. Forebrain, if we talk about three parts are there in the brain, forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Under the forebrain, there will be three parts, olfactory lobe, cerebrum, and diencephalon. Under diencephalon, two parts are there, thalamus and hypothalamus. Whereas in the forebrain, four lobes are also there. Fine, so start writing from here now. Arav, Shubhansh, Siddhi, any doubt? Riti, Moksha, Aryan?
No, man.
No.
Done, children, with this page?
Writing, ma'am. 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay. Write it.
Completed.
Done, Arjun? Okay. Done? Siddhi, done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Aryan, Shubhansh, Triti,
Completed, ma'am.
Terya. Okay. Then go for this last page. Okay, children, and one more thing, like tomorrow is it off for you?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think tomorrow school is there? Shubhansh, for you also school tomorrow?
No, ma'am, it's off for me.
Dhriti, for you it is working?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Because next week, as I told, I will not be available. So I need to take 2 classes. One shall I take tomorrow, then in the evening, maybe somewhere 5 o'clock.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Fine, I'll pose a though it is leave actually. Officially for Chanakya tomorrow it is off. For tomorrow and Saturday it is off. But I will be taking as I am not available next week for both the days, Tuesday and Thursday. All right. So tomorrow I'll be posting the timing maybe somewhere in the night time. Okay. So tomorrow let's have one class, and the remaining one I'll be compensating maybe after coming back. Coming back. Once I come back, then I'll just compensate that. All right. Hmm. All right, children. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Go.